Hey community, welcome back to What's Cooking, brought to you by OLE Health and the Napa Farmers Market. My name is Ricky Hurtado from OLE Health. Once a season, we're going to continue showing you how to use fresh ingredients from the farmers market and items from your kitchen to create healthy recipes for the whole family, all while having the opportunity to learn about important programs that can benefit you. So make sure you stay to the end. Today, I'm joined by Valentin Ataide. He has designed a very special spring recipe for us that would be perfect for the warmer days ahead. So Valentin, please tell us a little bit more about yourself, the Mercadito food truck, and some of your history and what you're doing now.
Hello everyone, my name is Valentin. So I was born and raised in Mexico City, but then I came to the United States when I was 16. And then from there I started working in a fresh restaurant, and I don't know, after the years I was like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then in 2016, we opened a food truck. It's called Mercadito Food Truck. And then with the time we kind of like became like a catering company now. So we have an aspect of the catering company which focuses on like private dinners and weddings. And then the food truck that is like a vegan, vegetarian truck. This is vegan, but it's delicious, so you should try it.
I'm gonna have to try it.
And the goal with the company, throughout the company, doesn't matter if it's with the food truck or with the catering aspect of it, it's to focus on providing like the highest quality ingredients that we can.
Love it.
So we have to ship something from Mexico, then we'll do that, like corn. But mostly like we source everything locally because that's the way that you will get like the most delicious produce and vegetables.
Talk about fresh ingredients, Valentin. My goodness, what an inspiring story, of how you came and what you're now doing here. I think an inspiring story for many of our viewers that are watching here today, that we can do it, whatever we want to do, right?
True.
Thank you so much, Valentin. So now this is the moment we've been waiting for. What are we cooking today?
Okay, so today we have a very easy, versatile, and very nutritious recipe. So basically, we're doing it's called empapelado de pescado, and it's basically fish and vegetables that are wrapped into banana leaf. So the recipe asks for a lot of vegetables, and that's not weird. That shouldn't be weird at all.
Yeah.
You know? Like I personally believe that meat shouldn't be like the main ingredient of your meals,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And your lifestyle in general.
Yeah.
I think meat should be like an addition to it if you want to eat meat, really, no?
Yeah.
So this recipe, if you don't want to eat fish, then you don't have to eat the fish. You can just leave it out, and then maybe you can add some beans or some grains, and then that will make it a more complete meal. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to it.
Okay, perfect. So get the banana leaves, and you can find these banana leaves at any, like, I would say, Hispanic store.
Yeah.
Or even at some of the Asian markets, they have it on the frozen section. They can keep frozen for up to 6 months.
Wow.
They usually come like vacuum seal.
Okay.
But yeah, any Hispanic store will have it. So
we'll have it. All right.
Yeah. So you have your banana leaves, and if you're gonna put them in the oven, you can put them in the oven, bring them aside, and just set them aside for a second. Okay.
All right. Let's
Gonna
do
leave them
that.
here, and we're gonna make our marinade. So the marinade is basically orange juice.
All right. Fresh orange juice.
Always fresh orange juice. Always.
Great.
You have some lime juice, which is gonna be fresh as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have some onion. So this is basically calls for like half a medium-sized onion. We're gonna peel it, and then the only reason why we're gonna like dice it, like roughly dice, is to help the blender.
Yeah.
We don't really have to do it, but it's
Just
better.
to help it a little bit more.
It'll be faster for you if you don't want to wait too long. You know.
Good.
We'll do this here. And then we have peppers.
What kind of peppers are these?
So these are guajillo peppers.
Guajillo.
Guajillo peppers are basically, they're very flavorful, and they're basically grown only to become dry peppers. You know? And then they're not as spicy.
Okay.
Although like, at the beginning of the season where there's not a lot of rain, they become smaller.
Yeah.
That's why the recipe calls for like large. Become smaller and they become kind of spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. So preferably if you don't want any spicy, just get the bigger ones. We're gonna peel it and this here basically. I'm gonna do this here too. And you can use your hands if you want, or and just grab this here.
Take out the seeds and ready to roll.
Take it off. Or you can use some scissors if you don't want to get your hands. We used to do this at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But then it took too long.
Okay.
So, the restaurants nowadays are like
Make it go fast.
So that's why you use your hands and you use less waste. Okay.
All right.
Then we have garlic. It's about three
or so.
cloves, and they're kind of big. We have bay leaves also.
Yeah.
Dry. You can use fresh, no problem. And then we have allspice.
All right.
Okay. Then we're gonna use chipotles.
Chipotle.
What are chipotles? Well, chipotles are basically jalapeno that is dried and smoked.
Yeah.
And it becomes a chipotle.
Gives it a little spice, huh?
Yeah, and this one is a spicy.
Okay.
So the recipe calls for 2, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean 2 cans. It means like 2 peppers.
2 peppers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys serve just 2 peppers.
I had a friend. I had a friend that called me once, and then I told her to make like a tinga sauce,
Yeah.
and then I called for 1, and then she put like one
whole
thing,
can.
whole thing, and then she
Oh
was
my
like, "Oh,
goodness.
this is really spicy." And I was like, "Oh, that's not what it has." Okay, and then we're gonna add a little bit of water too. Add some water
Yeah.
and salt. So the recipe sounds like it's a lot of salt, but this is the only salt that we're gonna put into a recipe.
That's it.
So we're not
Okay.
gonna salt the veggies, and we're not gonna salt the fish.
Yeah.
So this is all the salt that's gonna
All
go
right.
in there. Okay?
Great. How much amount is that roughly?
That is about I want to say like 20 grams.
20 grams?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
between like anything
Yeah.
between 15 if you want to be conservative,
Yeah,
or to
yeah.
25 if you like salt.
Great.
Okay. So this is it here, and then now we're gonna blend it. We're looking for a very smooth consistency. Like we don't want any chunks of the dried peppers.
Yeah.
So it'll take about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead.
All right. So you see here.
Yeah.
This is, you don't see any more chunks, you know? Like if you see any more chunks like this, big
Yeah.
one, then maybe you want to
maybe a
blend it a
little
little
bit
more.
more. Okay.
But this is good now, okay? So we're gonna put it, I mean, you can do it from here
Yeah.
if you don't want to waste water,
Yeah.
but we're gonna put it here just so they see the color of it,
It's now
okay?
consistent and ready to
Exactly.
go. Perfect.
And then now that we have our marinade, we're gonna bring our banana leaves, and we're gonna start building the fish, okay?
Look at that.
So the fish, I don't recommend you to keep it outside. Always keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
You know, maybe like 10 minutes before, so it doesn't take too long. But always keep it in the fridge. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay. So we have some fish right here.
So what kind of fish do we have here?
So we have a true cut right now, but the farmers market, the
Yeah.
Napa farmers market,
Yeah.
you can get from Santa Rosa Seafood. You can get halibut pretty consistent throughout the
Alright,
year.
great.
So that's a good substitute. You know, you always want to keep it local. So that
Of
will be
course,
good.
of course, that's important.
So if you like a lot of fish, then you can do the whole thing, but let's do maybe about 5 inches right there, okay? You're gonna cut it here. We're gonna put a little bit of sauce on the bottom.
Yeah.
This is your, also the only liquid that you're gonna get, except for the liquid that you're gonna get from the fish.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna build a little bed for the fish, basically.
Okay.
So you can put as many as you want, but just remember that you have to fold it, create like a little envelope here. So we're gonna do like
So a little
this
bit,
much.
not too much. Keep it
Yeah.
consistent, and
Or you can do a lot in this case.
as long as it closes.
As long as it closes, or you can do 2. You know,
Great.
you can have 2. It's fine. Gonna do some potato right here, some rainbow carrots,
Look at that.
and again, all of this is from the farmers market, and all of this is good for you.
Fresh, local. I mean, what else can we ask for?
Yeah.
This is great.
It's great and way better than the sugary stuff that you get from some other places.
Yes.
So, good places. So that's another thing. Like a lot of people think, well, the farmers market is expensive and
Yeah.
I can't afford it and this and that. But honestly, it's probably gonna cost you like 50 cents more.
Yeah.
And then to be fair, like probably you pay more for the corporate drink.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So extra 50 cents, $1, 150 for to have like a better product for your family.
Better product for your family,
Shouldn't be a problem.
healthier, and
Exactly.
all while supporting local.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the most part. Yeah.
Exactly. And when you think about it, like you can actually create a relationship with your farmers. You should create
Yeah.
a relationship with them. When you go to the store, you get let's say you get tomatoes and they all look the same,
Yeah.
you know? And they are not the best.
Yeah.
Why they're not the best? Because they are created like massively, you know? No one cares.
Yeah.
They're ripe, like they're basically shipped before they're ready.
Yeah.
so they can stay longer on the shelves.
Of course, yeah.
So that is, I mean, do you want that for your family? Or you want
course
something
not.
fresh that has more
Of
flavor?
course not. I want something like this. So we're wrapping it up.
And let me get back. So so we're gonna fold it this way. We're gonna do one on top, the other one on the bottom, and then we're gonna create like a little, like almost like you're wrapping a present.
Yeah.
Like here, and then you go here, and then you tuck it like this.
Almost reminds me like a big tamal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna put it here, and then we have our tray ready. We're gonna put it in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna check it. I mean, temperature all the time will change depending on how cold this is. Yeah. You know, but I would say 15 minutes, and then you check in always 145 just to make sure your fish is ready. Yeah. So we're gonna put this in the oven for about 15 minutes. Probably like I'll say 15 to 20 minutes. It depends on how cold the fish is, but usually it has to reach a temperature of 145. But we'll check it. If you don't have a thermometer, we'll check it and we'll taste it and we'll see.
All right, let's get it in here.
Thank you.
All right, so it's time to check out the oven, right?
Yeah, sounds good. So we're gonna bring it out and see how it looks. And I don't know if you notice, like now the banana leaves are a little darker. And we're gonna check. Let's see. So be careful. Everything is hot. Yeah. But maybe you can just grab it from the bottom carefully. Yeah. And fold it like this. And we'll open it to see. Okay. It's done. We're gonna grab a little fork and then check the fish. Some people like medium well, some people like it well done. So I don't know how you prefer it, but
it's looking good.
Yeah, this is done. And then if you want to add a little more flavor, we're gonna top it with some cilantro and pickled onions.
Okay, perfect.
A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like pickled onions," but I have a recipe that I think is pretty good. I have good things about it.
All right.
So we're gonna do some. You can do micro cilantro you want. Like there's another person at the farmers market, not to repeat the farmers market. That's the person at the farmers market that has micros. But if you can't find micros, then you can do just make it pretty. Maybe you have a little date or something.
Yeah.
Or your wife. Take care of your wife.
Of course, always.
Or your family. Yeah. And then, or we can use some of this too. So micro cilantro, a little bit of pickled onions. And it's all ready to serve. Perfect. So if you want to make it look pretty, just grab it from the bottom, and then
voila!
Like this.
There we go. It's ready to serve.
And now,
do the honors, please.
A little bit here, a little bit of the
veggies. Got some of that spice.
Really good.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's got a great spice. It's got a good spice.
It does.
No, but it is perfect, Valentin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that recipe.
Thank you.
As my dad would say, listo para chuparnos los dedos, ready to lick my fingers. I mean, this is amazing. So again, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Before we continue talking a little bit more about CalFresh and how people can take advantage of that at the farmers market and with OLE Health as well, tell us where can we find the Mercadito food truck?
Okay, so usually we are we don't have an event where it's St. Clair Brown, which is a local winery in brewery too. So there's two amazing ladies. They make the wine and the beer. They're another place to find local stuff. We're there Fridays and Saturdays, usually from 3 to 7. Yeah. But other than that, you can go on the website, mercaditofoodtruck.com. Perfect. And then we have a schedule there, and hopefully you can see us.
We'll definitely make it there. So again, the recipe estuvo para chuparnos los dedos. As promised at the beginning, we want to make sure to remind our viewers that you can get your produce from this recipe at the Napa Farmers Market, all while getting help for paying for items like these through CalFresh. CalFresh is a program that gives you money for groceries. If eligible and enrolled into this program, CalFresh dollars will be loaded onto a card that looks like any other credit or debit card each month. The amount may vary depending based on your household size and income. CalFresh can be used at locations like the Napa Farmers Market. And Valentin, you mentioned that, it is a little bit more costly at the farmers market, but there's a program that could benefit our community. Did you know that the Napa Farmers Market has a market match program that could benefit you and your family? The market match program at the Napa Farmers Market works like this. Scan your card at the Napa Farmers Market, and for every dollar you take from your account, the Napa Farmers Market will double it. So if you want to spend 10 CalFresh dollars, the market will give you 20 to spend with participating vendors. Did you know that you can get assistance for enrollment at OLE Health? Our dedicated team provides information, education, and assistance for patients and non-patients. So make sure you give us a call at 707-254-1777 to get your enrollment appointment today. Again, thank you for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed this recipe. A huge thanks to Valentin from Mercadito Food Truck and the Napa Farmers Market for partnering with us again. Thank you for joining us. Until next season.